Hi, my name is Brooke Polka. I am a teaching professions student at Buckeye Career Center, and my category is professional presentations, and my project name is called Not All Wounds Are Visible. Here is my project summary form, and here's one half of my process planning sheet, and here's the other half. Here's proof that I presented in front of 3 groups of people. This is me presenting in front of my class, this is me presenting in front of my cheer squad, and this is me presenting in front of my swim team. In 2020, 59% of youth with major depression did not receive any mental health treatment. There are thousands of minors committing suicide every year, and 1 child every 5 days takes his or her life. Adolescents aged 12 to 17 years old who have had the highest rate of major depressive episodes, followed by young adults aged 18 to 25 years old. Suicide is the leading cause of death for 15 to 19 years old. There are a lot of things that can be very stressful in teenagers' lives, such as bullying, school, work, and relationships. Today, there are such high standards on social media with it being so popular. It can be a platform for bullying. For me, my stressors are work, school, and relationships. These stressors can affect the overall well-being of your physical and mental health. My stressors affected me and caused me to develop a pain syndrome called Amplified Musculoskeletal Pain Syndrome, also known as AMPS. What is AMPS? Amplified musculoskeletal pain syndrome is a very painful medical condition. These can cause episodes anywhere in the body, and the pain can be intermittent or consistent. Whenever it occurs, the degree of pain for children can be more intense than one would expect. It can also be very stress-induced. I would describe the pain as when your legs fall asleep and you get that tingly feeling with them being on fire and someone stomping on them. There are 3 major causes for amplified pain: injury, illness, and psychological stress. There may be other factors such as age, genetics, or hormones that can also affect amplified pain. It is often a combination of these factors that lead to amplified pain. This picture is some of the things that amplified pain feels like, so they can feel like they're on fire or someone's stomping on them or just things like that. Here is a diagram that my doctor actually made himself. So when my blood flows through my veins and touches my nerves, since I have nerve damage, it will send a signal up my spinal cord into my brain and telling me that I'm in pain. In December 2017, I started developing some unhealthy habits because someone started telling me some negative things about myself, and I started to believe them, and so I thought if I was skinny, I'd be accepted, and so I just didn't eat. And here's a picture of me before I stopped eating. As each day went on, this food I consumed became less and less. By January 7th, 2018, I felt the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life up to that point. 2 weeks after that, my toes turned black multiple times a day. At the same time, every day, which according to the doctors is very rare to have pain in both limbs at the same time every time. It resulted in me going to the emergency room multiple times, and I got misdiagnosed with Raynaud's phenomenon, which is pain caused by temperature change. This is a picture of me 1 month before I stopped eating. Then more doctor's appointments and being told time after time that nothing was wrong with me because the doctors could not see anything that was alarming. We went to 3 pediatricians, 2 cardiologists, 1 rheumatologist, 1 neurologist, 1 doctor in vascular medicine, 1 doctor in pain management, and 1 doctor that specializes in AMPS. A total of 10 doctors, 4 hospitals, 3 medications, 2 misdiagnoses, 1 x-ray, 1 heart echo, and about 35 tubes of blood, 1 epidural, and who knows how many other tests. Here is a picture of me when I started to not eat, and you can kind of tell in my thighs and my face a little bit, there's a little bit of a difference. I finally got diagnosed with amplified musculoskeletal pain syndrome in 2020. By the time we got to doctor number 9, he actually believed something was wrong with me because I went to a pain specialist and he diagnosed me with amplified complex regional pain syndrome, which is pain caused by injury, but it's basically the same thing as amplified pain, but the cause is different. Then we went to Philadelphia, one of the country's top children's hospitals for kids. and where I saw a doctor who specializes in AMPS. He said everything that I was describing and the symptoms I had was everything that is from AMPS. Here's a picture of me 3 months after I stopped eating, so you can tell there's a little bit more of a difference. It wasn't until almost 3 years later, after my feet started turning purple, that I got diagnosed. Living with AMPS is the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. Since my pain started, I can no longer do the things that I used to love doing, such as volleyball, running, and being able to tumble. There is no cure for AMPS, and it will never go away. I will never be able to do these things again without being in unbearable pain. Months after I started not eating, my friend asked me what I did to lose so much weight, and I told her I just wasn't eating as much, and she explained to me that I was starving myself, and I realized she was right. This is me about 4 or 5 months after I stopped eating, so that's an even bigger change. Had I been more knowledgeable of what I was doing to myself and the long-term effects it had on my body, I without a doubt would have never done what I did. I think it is important to spread awareness to younger generations so we can prevent things like this from happening to more kids. Sharing my painful story is one way I can help others gain more knowledge about this disease and help impact their minds, bodies, and futures. Here's me 6 months after I started not eating, so that's the most drastic difference between all the pictures. My goal is to educate more people about amplified musculoskeletal pain syndrome and other disorders caused from poor mental health. Many people are not aware of the harm poor mental health has on your body and the other illnesses you can get from things such as AMPS. If people were more aware of the problems you can develop from not getting any help, more people could potentially stop themselves from getting disorders. Here's my works cited page. On my board I have pictures of me. A couple are in the hospital and getting tested for Raynaud's, and it came back normal, so we knew that's not what I had. And then here's me at the cardiologist, and then here's a picture of me at Children's Hospital Philadelphia. And then these are all pictures of my feet turning purple. The orange ribbon is for AMPS awareness, and then the green ribbons in the back are for mental health awareness. And then on this side I have my process planning summary sheet, and then I have signs of depression and mental illness. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my story.